Thursday, November 13th, 2014. Have you ever went out drinking and discovered an awesome beverage, yet you were too drunk to remember to write down the name of it and you can't figure out what it was? Swig, a new app described as a mix of Instagram, Swarm, and Yelp, allows people to share their favorite drinks, drinking establishments, and so on in order to counter the aforementioned forgotten information, as well as to bring to light new drinks and ideas to other people who enjoy the drinking of alcohol. Evolution is what's to blame for why mosquitoes target humans more often than other animals. Research has concluded that these pesky bloodsuckers haven't always craved the blood of man, but as the eons pass, the insects have come to love a chemical that our bodies excrete. Sulcatone is a scented beacon of sorts, attracting these little vampires to our skin so they can suck at our red juices. So you know now officially to blame evolution next time you wake up covered in bumps next time you go camping. Monsanto, the world's largest producer of pesticides and genetically modified organics, aka GMOs, is set to pay $2.4 million due to a lawsuit between them and U.S. wheat farmers in Oregon. A strain of their GMO wheat was supposed to have been eradicated a decade ago, but lo and behold it's still around and the farmers are not too happy. Now to give you a little education on GMOs, but I can't without these glasses. GMOs, which have been directly linked to a multitude of diseases like premature aging, reproductive disorders, immune imbalance, gastrointestinal problems, organ damage, and insulin and cholesterol disorders, just to name a few, are illegal in most of the world. Yet here in the US, it's not even mandated by law to post their presence on the labels of the food you consume, from Pepsi to Coke to General Mills to Hershey and pretty much anything mainstream, including most baby foods like Gerber. Today from the past. In 2001, the War on Terror began. In the first of such an act since World War II, U.S. President George W. Bush signed an executive order allowing military tribunals against foreigners suspected of connections to terrorist acts or planned acts on the U.S. Yeah, that went over smoothly. In 1982, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial was dedicated in Washington, D.C. after a march to its site by thousands of Vietnam conflict veterans. In 1956, the Supreme Court of the U.S. declared Alabama laws requiring segregated buses illegal, thus ending the Montgomery bus boycott. In 1947, the Soviet Union completed the development of the AK-47, one of the first proper assault rifles. And in 1841, James Braid first saw a demonstration of animal magnetism, which led to his study of the subject he eventually called hypnotism.
Yes. Now, Mr. Knuckles. Hypnotize. Hypnotize. Yes.
Births, Whoopi Goldberg, 1955. Geek News. Phantom Terrains, a project led by the sound artist Daniel Jones, has been tested by Frank Swain. This device allows people to hear Wi-Fi signals by transferring the internet in the air to audible sounds. With this new technology, one will no longer need to look at the bars, but will only require 2 sounds to hear if the signal is strong or weak. A Geiger counter click noise for the weak signal, whereas melodic representations are for the stronger ones. And that is it for the show today. Links to everything I've talked about, as well as more information on those stories, as well as several stories I did not mention in today's show, are in the underbar. Don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs and subscribe. You'll see me tomorrow.
Aperture brand panels will assist your test subjects every step of the way. That is not a panel. That's a crusher. We sell them too.